In November 1974, Ronald DeFeo Jr. murdered his entire family, inspiring one of the greatest horror stories of all time. Just mentioning Amityville can send shivers down the spine of many people living in New York. One of the main reasons for this is the book published in 1977 and later adapted into a film, Amityville Horror. Despite the book claiming to be based on true stories, residents of Ocean Boulevard believe it's all a hoax. Setting aside all this, one undeniable fact is the brutal murder that occurred in this house on the early morning of November 13, 1974. Ronald DeFeo Jr., 23 years old, was the eldest son of the family. The murders were committed with a .35 caliber rifle, and the 6 members of the DeFeo family were found dead in their beds. Afterward, many people began to claim that the house attracted evil spirits to 112 Ocean Avenue, and some even started suggesting that the events in the house were committed by spirits. So, was there really a malevolent presence in the house before the Amityville murders, compelling this young man to brutally kill his entire family? While we may never answer this question, the only thing we know is that Ronald DeFeo Jr. was financially comfortable but emotionally unhappy. His father was an overly authoritarian and abusive figure, and his mother exerted significant authority with her dominant personality. Due to these factors, Ronald DeFeo Jr. started experiencing more and more problems. To cope with everything, he started using drugs and alcohol, physically abused his father, and even threatened him with a gun. In the hope of changing their son, the DeFeo family bought him weekly gifts and gave him pocket money. By the age of 18, Ronald started working at the family's car dealership. However, in 1974, he decided to quit his job. He would meet friends at bars, ignore his family's calls, and constantly complained about his loneliness. As a result, he left home. When he returned, everything would change forever. According to Valerie Plaza's book American Mass Killers, on that day, DeFeo entered a bar around 6:30 a.m., shouting, "Help me! I think my mom and dad have been shot." When bar employees arrived at the house on Ocean Boulevard, they were greeted by a horrific scene. All 6 bodies were found in their beds, with their stomachs placed on top of them. The victims had been shot with a high-powered rifle around 3:15 a.m. However, there were some illogical aspects. There were no signs of struggle or evidence that they were drugged. No awake neighbors reported hearing any gunshots. Only the DeFeo family dog barked a few times. During the police investigation, Ronald's statement changed multiple times, drawing significant attention. At one point, he even claimed that a mafia hitman named Louis Fellini had killed his family. However, Fellini was proven to be out of the country at the time. Eventually, Ronald had to admit and confess that he had killed his family. He was tried on October 14, 1975. His lawyer, William Weber, argued that the voices telling him to kill his family indicated that Ronald was not mentally stable. However, the prosecution, despite acknowledging DeFeo's drug addiction and mental health issues, argued that he knew what he was doing when he committed the Amityville murders. As a result, a jury convicted him of second-degree murder on 6 different counts, sentencing him to 6 concurrent 25-year prison terms. While all this was happening, Ronald continued to tell different versions of what he experienced. He even claimed that his sister killed their father. According to him, after this event, the mother also killed her siblings. Ronald only killed the mother. By 1990, Ronald now claimed that his sister had killed the entire family and was about to kill him when he shot her. He also mentioned in various statements that there was another person in the house. So, was there really a spirit in the house? Meeting with Ronald DeFeo Jr.'s lawyer, William Weber, the next occupants of the house, George and Kathy Lutz, wanted to turn this murder into a book. Weber, who didn't receive his fair share from the jointly written book, filed several lawsuits against the Lutz family. He claimed to have $60 million rights over the book and film. The court found it appropriate to award him $2,500 and an additional $15,000 from book and film revenues. Despite believing or not believing in what is happening today, the son of the Lutz family, Daniel, claims that there is a spirit in the house. Christopher, another son of the Lutz family, continues to say that he sees moving and shadowy figures inside the house that disturb him. Interestingly, both George and Kathy Lutz took lie detector tests, and the machine concluded that neither of them was lying.